Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Whisky Diaries. My name is Martin Lang and we're here at Death and Taxes. Today we're going to be talking about the first experimental series from Glenfiddich. Glenfiddich in the last few years started doing experimental casks. I'm assuming just to keep up with the demand from customers, that everybody's just trying to really experiment what whiskey can do and how far you can take it. Glenfiddich has a really good track history of that, or track record. David Stewart, the original master distiller for Valvini, was the one who basically in the 70s and the 80s started pioneering with double maturation. Double maturation being you age a whiskey initially in a cask and then you transfer it into another cask just to modify the whiskey a little bit more. Now Glenfiddich started doing this experimentation, and the first one is experimental number 1, which is called the IPA experiment. IPA meaning Indian Pale Ale. If you don't know much about beer, Indian Pale Ale is a really hoppy and really bitter style of beer. It got popular in the 1800s because it was actually being exported from the UK to India, and it actually benefited a lot from the journey on boat to get to India, and the hoppiness of it made it preserve better. Now they got in touch with a local brewer in Speyside and they created 3 types of IPA. The second one was actually the mid-range alcohol. That was the one that they picked, and they basically just aged it, and then they put the whiskey in. Obviously they empty the barrels first and then they put the whiskey in there. So what you get from that is a whiskey that gets certain characteristics from what you would get from a hoppy beer. So a slight bitterness at the back of the palate, but not in a bad way, but more like in a hoppy way, like what you will get from a beer. This one is 43%. All the rest of the range as well, they're sitting at 43%. I'm not sure about the age of this whiskey per se, but yeah. So that's the first experiment that they're doing at the moment. So let's see. Yeah, you can definitely get hoppy aromas on the nose already. What I found about this that is really interesting is the fact that this contains still the main backbone of what Glenfiddich is. So you still get the apples and the pears and that freshness, that heartiness that comes from the Glenfiddich range, but also you get that slightly bitterness from a beer that you get after having an IPA. This obviously will be excellent with a beer as a Boilermaker as well. So thanks for listening, guys. We'll be going through the 4th one soon. Slàinte pa.